start in child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch and your knees out wide. Stretch your arms long. Start to breathe here, finding some deep inhales and deep exhales. Really grounding into your practice here, connecting to your mat, connecting to your body, connecting to your space and your mind, and softening. Breathe in, hold, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 5 more at your own pace here. On your last breath, find your way into downward facing dog. So as we push into this pose, press your heels back and down. Press your palms into the mat and push the earth beneath you. Breathe in. Exhale and melt a little bit deeper on your heels. Inhale. Melt. Inhale, roll forward on your shoulders. Exhale, press down into chaturanga push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Look over your left shoulder. And your right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Upward facing dog. Roll those shoulders back. Open that throat and breathe in. Tilt that head back. And push back into downward facing dog. Drop onto your forearms into dolphin here. You're going to clasp your hands together. Walk your feet in as much as you can and drop your head in between your forearms, feeling a nice stretch in your shoulders and your upper back. Maybe bend your knees a little bit to soften. And inhale and exhale. Exhale, melt those heels back and drop down into child's pose. softening, surrendering down into your mat, into your practice. Walk your hands all the way over to the left. Feel a nice stretch in your right ribs here. Maybe even bring your right hand on top of your left. Breathe in and exhale. Walk your hands over to the right side. Feeling a stretch in your left ribs. Placing that left palm on the right hand. Go ahead and find your way into seated child's pose. You're rising back up and you're sitting back on your heels. Go ahead and scoop your knees together. And I want you to bring your hands on your back pockets and open up your chest. Pull your elbows together and roll those shoulders back. Breathe in. Out. Roll those shoulders back even further as you exhale. You can go ahead and drop those arms down if you'd like. Or maybe even hold on to your heels by coming up, bringing your hips over your knees, holding back on your heels and dropping your neck and arching your back into camel. Breathe in, soften. Inhale and exhale. Bring your right hand forward and your left and roll forward gently and sit back into child's pose. Scoop your knees together and find your way into tabletop. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Breathe in and roll those shoulders back and open that chest. As you exhale, arch that spine. Dropping that head in between your shoulders. Finding a nice deep rainbow here. Pressing your spine up to the sky, pressing your palms into the mat to go a little further. And inhale, pull up. Cats and cows at your own pace here. Breathing in as you rise and breathing out as you arch. Feel into your body here. Feel what's good, what's juicy, what feels nice to just move and stretch and soften and let go. I like to expand my collarbone and roll my shoulders back and open my throat and even raise my hips up to the sky as I arch my chest open. Breathe in and exhale, arch that spine, rainbow that back, press those palms into the earth. pull that nose to your belly button. Feeling that spine elongate and push up. And roll into neutral spine. Breathe in and out. Bring your right hand forward. Thread it underneath your left arm. And bring your left arm behind your back. You can bring your left leg straight out and rolling onto that right shoulder. Modification is keeping that left knee down. If you want to feel a little bit deeper and more advanced, you can open that left leg up to the sky, opening that hip, pointing those toes, and rolling back on that right shoulder. Breathe. Feel a nice stretch even in your fingertips as you reach. Open that throat, that chest space, that left shoulder open, and drop that knee down. Come back into neutral tabletop. Inhale. Exhale. Another one here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your left arm forward, thread it underneath your right arm. Roll onto that left shoulder. Bring that right arm up and back. Maybe bring your leg up on the right side, or modification, keep your right knee down. Rolling onto that left shoulder and breathing, expanding and opening that right shoulder. Feeling that strength in that left shoulder as you plant it down, feeling strong in that right leg. You might notice that balance on one side might be harder. Breathe with me. Feel that stretch in your fingertips and drop that knee down. Find that neutral tabletop. I want you to bend your elbows and scoop your chest forward and open that chest. Let's do that again. Push back into tabletop. Inhale. And exhale, melt by bending your elbows and swimming forward with your chest and lifting up. Tabletop, breathe in. Exhale, swim. Tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, swim. Look over that left shoulder again and that right. Bring your hands back to your knees. Bring your legs out straight. Give yourself a nice big hug here. Arching that spine out, rolling that chest toward those thighs. Sometimes you can get little cracks and pops in your spine as you arch and make that C curve and fold in and breathe. Go ahead and roll onto your back. Give yourself a nice big hug on the earth, wrapping your arms around your legs and pulling in. Find windshield wipers. Bring your knees over to the left and then over to the right. Find 3 more at your own pace, rocking your hips and your knees, side to side. onto your ankles or the outside of your feet and pull them up into happy baby. Opening those knees wide, feeling a stretch inside of our hips as we push those feet and those knees back into the earth below, and we rock side to side. You can also hold on the inside of your feet, whatever you feel most supported here as you rock and you press those knees down, getting a deeper stretch into the inside of those hip flexors here. Breathe. Soften. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Scoop your feet in for hovering butterfly. Rock side to side. Pull those feet in. Stretch those legs long. Hold on to the backs of your feet. Support your low back and reach those feet up even taller. Holding on to those hip bones and breathing. And shoulders stand here. We are strong. Pressing those legs up. Breathe in and reach those toes high. And exhale and drop as far down as you can. Still supporting that low back. And bringing those legs as close to the earth as you can. I like to inch my feet back and forward. Feeling different stretches as I pull my toes out and swim them in. Play around with what you feel in your body here. I like to bring my legs out to the side sometimes. Breathe here and move to whatever feels good for you. Meet me in straddle plow. Opening those legs wide. Dropping as far down as we can. Maybe even feeling a stretch in our neck. Clasp those hands behind your back if you can. Gently slide your feet together. And gently roll your spine back onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Pull those legs all the way down to the earth. Settle into your pose here. Bring your right knee into your chest and hug it in. Find a spinal twist. Pull your right knee over your left and look over to the right. Maybe reach your arm up and down, finding a windshield wiper with your arm. And go ahead and switch sides, bringing that right leg straight, back in. Pulling that left knee into your chest and breathing in. And breathing out and pulling it across the right side. And opening up into the left side. Maybe you notice one shoulder is tighter than the other. Start to feel into the stretch here as you bring your arm down like a windshield wiper. And back up to the crown of your head and back down. Go ahead and come back onto your back. Slowly rise up, seated. Swing your legs back into downward facing dog, please. Inhale. Exhale. Another one. Breathe in. Soften. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. For the next one, I want you to breathe in and breathe out with your tongue out and your jaw open. Inhale. Exhale. Do it again. Dragon breath. Inhale. Exhale. Open that mouth and reach that tongue out. One more time. Dragon breath. Pull forward into plank. Bring your left leg forward into lizard. Dropping that right knee down. Bringing your chest, your heart space, your arms as far down to the earth as you can. Use a block if you need. Bring the bottom of your foot facing out to the side as you open your knee and drop down. Slowly rise up. Bring your left leg out of lizard and pull that foot all the way across to the right side of your mat, preparing for pigeon. Pigeon, you're going to try to bring your ankle and your knee as parallel as you can, pulling that shin as parallel as you can to the top of the mat. Bringing that right knee straight back and the foot straight back, pulling that chest space as far forward as you can. Again, you can modify and use a block. Can't get down to the earth. It's better to find a block to support you. Reach those arms as far forward as you can and drop down into your pigeon and surrender. Soften and breathe. I like to walk over to the left side a little bit when I'm on my left hip to get a little bit deeper of a stretch here. The pain you feel right now as you stretch your hip is pain leaving your body. It's stiffness leaving your body. It's tension that's leaving your body. Breathe into this space here. Soften. Inhale. Exhale. Walk on over to the right side. Reach until you feel a nice juicy stretch here in your hip. Reach and drop down. This pose is uncomfortable, but when you get out of this pigeon pose, you're gonna feel like your hips are softer, are looser, are more open, are less tense, are lighter. So just continue to breathe here in this uncomfortable pose, softening, letting go. Find your way back up. Gently bring your left leg back. Shake it out. Get that blood flowing to that hip joint. Shake, shake, shake. Release any excess emotions that's still sitting in there. Shake. And drop that foot down. Notice how you feel in one hip versus the other. Start to pedal your feet on the mat, pressing your heels down, feeling a nice stretch, doing one foot at a time, melting your calves into a deep stretch as you draw your heel far down into the earth. Bring your right leg to the sky and step onto the right side of your mat for lizard on the right side. Opening that knee out, opening the bottom of your foot, and dropping your forearms down to the earth, if that is in your practice, and breathing and surrendering down. Although we are not burning and sweating in the heat of a yoga strong class today, I often find that these restorative, slow-paced, deeper hold yin classes are harder because we have to sit in the uncomfortable stillness of a deep tension pose and breathe. We have to let go of everything else telling us and screaming to get out of this pose that holds so much tension, but we choose to ignore and soften, allowing our breath to anchor us through this pose, through this restorative class. Breathe in, soften. Inhale, press up on your hands, roll your right foot all the way over to the left side, drop that right knee down, making that knee, ankle parallel to the top of your mat, pressing that left foot straight back and reaching forward into your right side pigeon. Even in life sometimes we have to sit in uncomfortable situations, in uncomfortable positions that serve us goodness. As you walk into this new year, it may be uncomfortable to get back into the gym at first. It may be uncomfortable to start that new healthy diet. It may be uncomfortable to start focusing more on budgeting. It may be uncomfortable to start taking more walks in your day. It may be uncomfortable to start cooking more, whatever that may be for you as you walk into this new year. Something new or uncomfortable is most likely sitting in your life right now because everyone experiences it. But where can you soften and let go and trust and have faith that you will get through this? Just like you're in this deep hip opening pigeon right now, you won't be here forever. It will get easier. Breathe. Walk your hands all the way over to the right. Breathe in, exhale, inhale, exhale. Slide your hands all the way over to the left, feeling a stretch here. Maybe notice how one hip is way tighter than the other. And that's for me is my right hip, and it always has been. And I'm choosing to stay here, and I'm choosing to silence the thoughts telling me to get out of this pose. And I'm just breathing, and I'm staying strong, and I'm letting the hip opening pose open as I relax deeper and breathe. Allow yourself to do the same. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, breathe in, out, and 1 more, inhale, out, roll back out of it. Bring that left leg, that right leg, straight back and shake it out. Shake, shake, shake it out. Let anything else go in that hip. Drop those knees down. Press back to child's pose. Press your hands into the mat. Bring your right leg forward. Raise up on your left knee. Pull that left knee as far back as you can. Bend in that right knee. Feeling a hip flexor stretch here and the inside of our hips. Bounce that right knee forward and back. And then when you're ready, straighten that front knee. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, reach forward and stretch down for your hamstring stretch. You can pull your calves into the stretch by pulling your toes in toward your knee. Maybe drop down to your forearms or grab blocks next to you to support you. Breathing in, soften. Inhale, exhale. Reach your arms forward, hold on to the back of your foot, drop your head down even further, pull those toes in toward your face, and relax, come forward, switch sides, bring your right knee down, scoot that right knee as far back as you can, hold your hands on your hips. Breathe in and breathe out and start to bounce that left knee forward. Feeling into the hip flexor and the side. And then when you're ready, inhale and reach those arms up. And exhale and fold forward. Hamstrings. Keep that knee as straight as you can. Pulling those toes back toward that knee. Bringing those arms and those elbows and that head and chest space down to the earth as much as you can. Holding on to blocks if you need to on the side to support you even more. Bring one hand and two hands if you can on the back side of your feet. Pulling those toes in toward your face, feeling a nice calf stretch up into your hamstrings. Sit your booty back and down. Breathe in and out. One more. Exhale. Roll forward. Bring both knees back. Bring your chest space down to the earth. Hold on to the left ankle on the top. Pull back for a quad stretch. If you don't feel a quad stretch here because you're fairly flexible like myself, I like to roll on my side, bring the knee out and back, and then pull in. The farther you pull your knee back, the more you're going to get a quad stretch because it's increasing that range. So you can expand and stretch that quad. You can even roll back on your back and just pull that knee in, pulling that foot in. Switch sides, so go ahead and straighten that leg out. Roll over on your other shoulder, your left shoulder. If you want to, you can stay right on your stomach and hold on to your leg, your ankle, or you can roll on your side with me. And if you feel a stretch already here, you can stay here, or you can pull your knee as far back as you can, opening up that hip joint and that quad, that range, and pulling that foot closer to those glutes, closer to that bottom, and then dropping that foot down and pulling that chest down to the earth to get a stretch in that quad. And you can keep playing around with it, pulling that knee as far back as you can to get even a deeper stretch. And breathe. As long as you have that knee pushed back and that foot in, you will feel a quad stretch here. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Come on up for me. We're going to do hero stretch. So that's going to be double quad. I usually feel this stretch in my low back. So what I like to do is I grab a block and I put it under my low back so that I can get more of a quad stretch. So you support your low back with this block right underneath, and then you roll back. And then what I like to do is I like to bring my feet closer together so I can feel even deeper of a quad stretch. And when you pump your hips up like you're doing a bridge to the sky, you can feel even more of a stretch pull in your quads. Stretch your arms up if you'd like. Relax your hips down. Breathe and soften. Surrender. Maybe rock one knee up, the other knee up. Feeling a stretch in the back of your quadratus lumborum, your low back, even into your hips. Go ahead and press those feet into the earth, lifting those hips up to the sky to get another quad stretch here if you're super flexible like me. If you are just feeling the stretch when you're on the earth, that is totally normal. I like to get a little bit deeper so I can feel my quads. What starts when I pull my hips up, 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 and I drop my shoulders down, opening my palms and breathing. Go ahead and relax that back down. Pull that block out of the way. Bring your legs forward gently. We're going to find a traditional bridge, so go ahead and clasp your hands underneath your sit bones. Pull those shoulder blades together and bring your hips up to the sky. Breathe in and out. If wheel's in your practice, you can come up to wheel, or if you'd like to stay in bridge, stay in bridge. If you're coming up, breathe in and pop up into wheel. Pressing those hands into the earth, and those feet into the earth. Pressing those hips up to the sky, pushing that chest out, dropping that head back, rocking in that neck. Pulling those heels back toward the hips. Pressing those hips up and breathe. Wheel opens all 7 chakras. It is an amazing yoga stretch. It activates all of our chakras, our root, our sacral, our solar, our heart, our throat, and even our crown. So go ahead and press up a little bit more and rest. Bring your feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Breathe. Let go. Inhale. Exhale. We're gonna find our ways all the way on our back with our legs outstretched into Shavasana, or corpse pose, resting pose. Final meditation. Start to scan your body of where you may still be holding tension and bring breath here. Hold your hands behind your head and pull your chin to your chest. Breathe. Pull in deeper. Look over the right chest, pulling in. Look over the left chest, pulling in. And relax that neck down. Reaching those arms up. Stay here in Shavasana and breathe. Soften into stillness. Ignore the thoughts in your head to fidget or move. Find yourself being here right now in the present moment, on your yoga mat, in your mind, in your body, at peace, after you've stretched and moved and surrendered. Thank your body for this work. that you've put in today. Softening and letting go of tension that was sitting in your body, and choosing to let that pain go, to let that tension go through your practice. Breathe in. Exhale. You chose to be here and work on your yoga practice today. So give yourself love, give yourself gratitude, courage to come back to this mat, for being here today. Continue to stay here. I'm going to read a yoga scripture for you all. As you soften into your Shavasana, try to remain still and let your mind drift like clouds, not holding on to any thought, but just letting it pass through. And imagine yourself in a field of flowers, and the sky is blue, a soft blue, and the clouds are moving fast, and the wind is blowing, but the sun is out, and the sun is warming you, and the flowers are tall, and they're yellow, and they're orange, and they're pink, and the green grass smells rich. And you soften into this earth beneath you, and you breathe. Today's yoga scripture is transcend your judgments. Not judging people is really a practical issue, a friend explained. Everybody does something they could be judged for. If we start judging, we'll spend all of our time doing just that. My friend was right, but not judging is more than a practical matter. It is a spiritual issue as well. I used to spend a lot of time judging other people. I used to think the world was divided into right and wrong. I thought judging others would help me stay clear on the difference. I thought judging was my job, but now I've learned something new about judgments and about myself. Judging others is what I do when I feel afraid, insecure, and limited. Judging others is something I do when I am afraid to love, when I can't accept love because I can't accept myself. And most importantly, I've learned that judging others is not my job. When I judge others, I judge myself. Yes, there are issues we need to work on. We all do. Many of us have quirks we may live with most of our lives. But judging doesn't help. Judgments limit us, and judgments condemn us. They say, my past is not as it should be. I am wrong. My life is wrong. Judgments put us in prison, no matter where we are. Judgments come from the head. Freedom and love come from the heart. Transcending judgments will set you free. Learn to look at yourself and love who you are, where you've been. Learn to look at others with love too. When we accept others with freedom and love, we accept ourselves with freedom and love. Judgments put up barriers. Transcend your judgments and set yourself free. Journey to the Heart, Melody Beatty, if you're interested. It's one of my favorite daily meditation, freeing your soul, yoga scripture book. Highly, highly recommend. Slowly start to bring awareness to your fingers and your toes as you lay in your Shavasana on your back. Bringing awareness to your breath, maybe finding a deeper inhale and exhale. Start to find your way into fetal position on your side, rolling over into this rebirth and renewal pose. And then when you're ready, roll up into seated position. Palms facing the sky, rolling that chest open, shoulders back, throat open, sit bones strong and soft. Pulling down to the earth. Breathe in, out. Inhale and pull those shoulders up to those ears. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, bring those arms up over your head. Exhale, push down. One more time. Inhale, push up. Exhale, melt into prayer. The light and love in each of you yogis honors the light and love in me. Thank you for joining my class. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video or this channel. I'd really appreciate it. And namaste, yogis. Stay blessed, stay healthy, stay tapped into your yoga practice.